Hey, what's up, YouTube? And welcome back to Coffee Shop Chatter. I'm Mr. Controversy. So, before we get started, you know the drill. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment at the end. Just so I can get a little feedback, see what you think. So, General Kelly, I believe that is Hillary Clinton's so called October surprise, with him coming out saying that Trump told him that he wanted generals that were just as loyal as the generals were to Hitler. And I can tell you, ask general anyone who served under General Kelly or any general officer, and ask if they ever heard them say that they wanted people that was loyal. That is every officer. That's for every officer. If you're not going to be loyal to me as a commander, I don't need you, because that means you constantly be questioning everything that I do because you think you know better than me. Or you may, that's just how it is. That's how officers, especially general officers, and when they get them stars, it's all politics. They would do any and everything, not all of them, but a large majority of them would do anything to get promoted to get that damn next star. I've seen it. That's what they do. Because they go from being general officers in the military to they get these high positions outside of the military in organizations or businesses that primarily deals with things dealing in war. And there's a whole bunch of them. Look at the equipment we have. Look at the people who actually make that equipment, and then look who serves on their boards as advisors or stuff like that. They are general officers. And now you have all this stuff popping off now with all these different countries. Now you just have Russia, them having a meeting with the BRICS. For what? They want to start another war. That is, and I'm telling you, you think I'm BSing you. Sit back and watch. Pay attention what's going on in these countries. The US want to have another war. And if you don't have no problem with it, like, well, then go to your recruiting office and go ahead and sign up. Tell them you just want to do 2 years. Tell you want to be 11 Bravo, 11 Charlie, 11 Mike, some 11 series. Get you down on the front line. But that's all he's doing. Because my question is, why you didn't come out with this last year? Why are you waiting until now? But we're gonna go ahead and get in this video and see what all he had to say.
Top stories breaking 8. We start with the race for the White House. There are less than 2 weeks until the final votes. And we have this morning extraordinary new claims from former President Trump's chief of staff, retired General John Kelly. He is speaking out. We're going to hear from him just ahead. He outlines how Trump fits the definition of a fascist, how Trump praised Adolf Hitler, demeaned American war heroes. He also calls Trump a man who would govern like a dictator if allowed. Rachel Scott is in North Carolina. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you again. And you said it, these claims are truly extraordinary. All of it coming from one of Donald Trump's former closest advisors, his longest serving chief of staff, painting a picture of a Republican nominee and a former president who has no regard for rule of law or the Constitution.
This morning, with the campaign entering its final days, Donald Trump's former chief of staff and retired General John Kelly with a blistering rebuke of the Republican nominee for president, calling him a fascist with no concept for the rule of law or the Constitution.
Certainly, the former president is in the far right area. He's certainly an authoritarian, admires people who are dictators. He has said that. So he certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
Kelly describing how Trump would praise Nazi leader Adolf Hitler, who orchestrated the systematic murder of 6 million Jews and caused World War II.
He commented more than once that, that Hitler did some good things too.
Kelly's on-the-record first-hand account following similar reporting in The Atlantic, including a private conversation at the White House, where, according to Kelly, Trump asked why his generals couldn't be more like Hitler's generals.
Well, I tell him that. I said, sir, if you first of all, you should never say that. But if you knew what Hitler was all about from the beginning to the end, everything he did was in support of his racist, fascist life, philosophy, so that nothing he did you could argue was good.
The Trump campaign calling that an outrageous lie. Kelly insisting to the Times, if given the chance, Trump would rule as a dictator himself.
Oh, I think I think he'd love to be. I think he'd love to be just like he was in business. He could tell people to do things and they would do it, and not really bother too much about whether what the legalities were.
Kelly also says Trump often questioned why people would serve the country in uniform and referred to service members who were injured or killed as losers and suckers multiple times, something the former president has repeatedly denied.
Is not wanting to be seen with amputees that lost their limbs in defense of this country, fighting for every American, to him included, to protect them, but didn't want to be seen with them.
More than 19 million people have already voted early in this election so far. John Kelly says he's not trying to tell people who they should vote for, but he is asking Americans to put character over policy, Robin.
All right, Rachel, thanks to you.
Top stories break.
So he's not trying to tell nobody who to vote for. Indirectly, you are. That's why exactly why you came out at the time that you did, to try to sway people to vote for Kamala Harris. You say he don't want to be seen with amputees, but yet he has one that comes to his events. He also was the only going to actually visit Walter Reed more than any other president to see soldiers and talk to them. Meanwhile, Biden went out there. He tried to shake the hand of a soldier that was injured, that was missing an arm. How many times has Kamala Harris gone out to Walter Reed? Hell, even Pence had went out there when he was vice president. But you don't see none of the other people go out there. And the whole thing about calling people in service, for suckers and losers and all that, that's been debunked. My thing is, I'll put it this way. I take what people say as a grain of salt when they talk about, this is what they said to me in a private conversation. Because in reality, if you look at the court of law, that'd be considered as hearsay. You have no proof. I can sit up here and say, yeah, I was, talking to General Kelly 101 and before, and he said this. So it's his word against mine. I have no proof. I have no recording. I don't have anything. So when these people start coming out talking about, he said this in a private conversation, like I said, I take that with a grain of salt. I don't pay attention to those people. Because first of all, why you wait till now to say it? When he was saying all that stuff, when you was the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, why you didn't quit and stay while you quit? You could have stepped down. There's nothing saying you have to stay in it. It's an appointed position. You could have stepped down and say, hey, I'm stepping down for this reason. This guy is a lunatic. This is things that he's saying, and you leave. But why do you serve your entire, actually almost your entire term as chief of staff, and you leave just barely short by, I believe it was like a couple of months. You didn't leave a year or two early. You didn't leave after you've been in there for about a year. It's like, I can't do this. You could have stepped down or just went ahead and retired, but you didn't. You stayed your butt in that seat and you wait to the very last minute. And people know Trump fires people. He's not like this current administration that like to keep people around, or what I call dead weight. Because a lot of those, fact is, a lot of GOs, they get in those positions and they think they're running things. That's just things. It's the hey, I've served, I've done this, I've done that. You're just the president. I know more than you. Yeah, tactically you do. I wouldn't say technically because that's not really your field. You more of a tactical planner. So, like I said, why now? You have plenty of time. Years you could have done this. You could have did this last year. Actually, you could have did it before the nomination. The actual when they was doing the Republican nominations and having the runoff for who was going to pretty much be the nominee for the Republicans. You could have said something then. But Kamala is hurting. She is hurting bad. I guarantee she's hurting real bad, and numbers is proving it. And it's not going the way they thought it was going to go. They started out calling him Hitler. Then they was now he's a fascist. I was calling him racist, but there's so much evidence showing that he's done so much for hell. Truth be told, he's done more for black people over his lifetime than President Obama did. Fact. That's a fact. And I'm gonna do a video. A lot of stuff that people was talking about and all this thing. I'm about to debunk a bunch of that because someone did a reaction. I'm gonna do a reaction in theirs. This has actual footage showing the true things. Stuff he actually said, not the chopped up and edited version, because Obama made it to where it's, guess what? Now nobody has to put out the truth. You don't have to seek the proof. Back in the day, you had the Daily News on them. They actually had to do actual fact checking. They had to run down the story, make sure it was true before they publicized anything or said anything. Now they can do it without without recourse. But now a lot of them getting sued. A bunch of these media channels are getting sued for that very reason, just throwing stuff out there. And I think it should be allowed. More of it should start happening. But hey, you want to keep thinking you think we really have a democracy going on? Democracy was lost when they told you were going to be your only option was Kamala Harris for the Democrat Party. That's when the democracy was lost. Democracy was lost when they did a damn coup, which is on Joe Biden. Whether or not he's competent or incompetent to step, that should have been his decision. Not the way they did, because I guarantee they did something to threaten him to get him to step out the way. Guarantee it. That man didn't leave willingly because look how long he was fighting. And then all of a sudden, no. When he stepped out the way, they should have did a quick mini runoff. Whether it was only three of them, and you let the people decide. You don't let Congress decide. You don't let Nancy Pelosi and them decide to tell you who you and Barack Obama, because I guess he had his hand in the pot too, to tell you, hey, this is your choice. This is who you're going to have to vote for. We're not giving you no other options. But a lot of you so stupid, you don't pay attention to that. You just jump right on board. And now it's, oh, if you don't vote for her, you're a misogynist or you're a sexist. How about we want to vote for somebody who actually has a plan? How about we like to pick someone who don't plagiarize and take other people's plans do a copy and paste and put it on their own website and then try to call it their idea? How about we want somebody who don't steal someone else's idea and then try to act like it's an idea that they came up with? How about we want somebody who don't run from the media when you go ask them questions? How about we want somebody who doesn't repeat the same thing over and over? How about we want somebody who don't need a teleprompter to articulate their thoughts or when their questions being asked? How about we also want somebody who don't give you the same answer that has nothing to do with the question that's being asked? But we the ones who we the stupid ones. We the ones that's slow. We don't see what's going on. No, you people are the slow ones. You people are the ones who don't understand what's going on. You people who has bought into the bullshit. You people really think these Democrats going to do something when they've been in office, controlled office, 12 out of 16 years. You believe they're the same ones who's going to fix the border when they can do that right now. They can, in the executive order, by Biden, why Kamala Harris didn't go and say, hey, no, we need you just do an executive order addressing this to shut this off. Because like you already seen the video did. You got some more illegal immigrants coming because they scared Trump's gonna get in office and they won't be able to get in. And now you have the cartel in their fashion backing them up with firepower. So I tell you, think before you go and start pushing those screens and selecting. Like I always tell people, get out your feelings and think logically. What is this person going to do for me, for the economy, and all this baby deletion? If that's the only thing you run on, and the only thing that you thinking about, you got some problems. And don't be one of these people calling yourself a damn Christian. And like I said, a damn Christian, if your number one priority is deleting babies. But they're the same ones saying we have a reduction in our population. Why? Because you got women. I'm gonna be truthful. You have black women who leads the entire United States in deleting babies. You had a woman that was locked up for 3 years just because she was outside, a black woman, outside of a deletion clinic, and she was just praying for them. She wasn't engaging the people. She wasn't trying to make them do anything. She just prayed for them. Guess what? 3 years in jail. For what? Because she was praying for them, and some of the people actually changed their minds. Stop using it as a way of birth control and use it what it's needed for. If you was great, incest, or it's a threat to your life, and it's like, hey, if you go through with it, it means the end of your life. Those are only 3 reasons. Not because, oh, I decided to slut it out. I decided to be a 304. Oh, I decided to go on a girls trip and sleep some random dude I didn't even know, let him shoot the club up, and now I'm pregnant, so now I gotta get rid of this. When you have well over 30 different ways you can prevent yourself from getting pregnant. But that's for another day. I say use common sense when you vote. I don't hear nothing about no Project 2025. I talked to someone when I was in the line voting the other day, or actually on Monday, about Project 2025. And I was like, hey, it's been around since in the 1970s. President Reagan also got something from them as well because it's written by conservatives that gave it to Reagan. He took some ideas from it and used it, tweaked it a little bit, and made it into bills. President Obama, President Clinton, both did the same thing. Got the same type of thing as a Project 2025, different name, but they took ideas out of there and implemented to make bills. But you don't know that. You know why? Because some of you are so freaking lazy that you will not try to do any type of research on anything yourselves. You wait for the media to tell you everything, or that's pretty much all you do because you don't read. That's why they say you want to hide truth from people, you just put it inside of a book. Because the information is there for free. It's not hard to get. But anyway, that's all I got. Like I say, go ahead and like, comment. Some of you probably mad, so you ain't gonna like the video because you're in your feelings. And it's probably because you one of the people I was talking about. It is what it is. But other than that, I miss controversy, and I'm out of here.